Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to Coffee Break. This is Dr. Michelle Alignay. We will continue our discussion on dealing with insecurities. I know that I maybe hit a sore note or maybe I hit some of you the other day, but it's really nice to talk about this topic that we do not want to confront, we do not want to admit, and many may be going through some insecurities. So, ang tanong natin, normal ba na may insecurity sa buhay? Yan ang maganda natin sagutin. So, paano natin i-deal with ang mga insecurity ng iba't ibang tao? So, yan yung maganda nating pag-usapan for this afternoon's coffee break. So, join me, friends. Join me for the rest of this live stream, whether you're joining through Facebook or you're joining via YouTube, or you can even listen to this maybe tomorrow via Spotify. I know that you will learn something. I hope that you will be blessed, and you can also bless others by sharing this live stream. So let's just go through our conversation. So if you can share this live to your family and friends or to whoever might need it, that will be very nice. So let's deal with insecurities. So I would like you to look into this area that is so hard to confront. That's why I am opening this conversation. Totoong usapan, realistic, not idealistic, realistic expectations natin regarding at realistic conversation natin regarding insecurity. Okay, so I would like to ask you, what is it that you think that strike you when you think that a person is insecure? Yung nararamdaman mo na isang tao may insecurity, ano yung palatandaan sa'yo? Ano yung parang what's that character or trait or action of a person that that will make you say, oh, may insecurity to. So yan. I think I discussed some of it last Tuesday. So you can go over that episode here at Coffee Break. So tingnan natin yan ngayon. So ngayon, what I would like to discuss with you is that um, let's see together on how can we deal with insecurities in our relationship. At i-deal with din natin yung insecurities sa sarili natin because that's true. Dealing with insecure persons can be very difficult. Yan, like what you said, Belle, timid and victim mentality. Yes, I go over with you some of the areas that we need to look into regarding what do you call this? Regarding regarding insecurity. So here, if we are dealing with an insecure person, it can be very hard for us. So I think the other day I go through with you what are the things that an insecure person would appear to be, manifest to be, and if you look at it also, uh, people who are insecure tends to deflect, tends to project, yung parang bigla na lang ikaw yung may problema pero in reality sa kanya yung problema, ayaw lang niyang harapin. Binabaliktad yung story or binabaliktad yung tawag nila narratives. They're in denial. They do not want to admit at any cost that they have. And also, they have distortions on how they think. But let's just go over na the other day I said that being insecure can actually be common. Pwede yan parte talaga ng normal nating buhay na meron tayong insecurity. Yet, I would like you to look into these points. Awareness of our insecurity, if we as individuals, as persons, we are aware of our insecurity, it's already a sign of self-awareness. Kilala natin yung sarili natin. Alam ko sarili ko. Alam kong insecurity ko yan. And as I said the other day, we just don't get stuck on that insecurity. We do other things. We do and find ways to be able to navigate through it. We try to be more realistic with ourselves and we are more kinder with ourselves so that we can deal with the insecurity better. So if you look at it, normal na may insecurity, pero ang isang tao na mataas ang self-awareness, alam niya na may insecurity siya, can, we can also see that that's a sign of maturity. That's a sign that the person is, no, not just self-aware, but mature. Another is that a person who is mature and self-aware can, can, and are willing to talk about the issue. They're willing na pag-usapan ang insecurity. Friends, ang tanong ko sa inyo, are you willing to talk about insecurities? Like if you have this group of friends, maybe girlfriends, or maybe your husband or your wife, have you ever talk about your insecurity? Yung kinakatago-tago mo sa sarili mo with somebody you love? Because if yes, and you are able to accept yourself, and you are able to be accepted and understood by these people, you come to that point and the level of vulnerability and total self-disclosure that I am opening myself. This is a wound, this is a hurt, this is a something that I do not want to tell, but I'm telling you because I would like it to be a point for the relationship to grow, or I would like it to be a point that I would like to work on it. I would like to move out of this. I don't want to be trapped by this insecurity. Isn't it? So, openness to talk about it, no matter how uncomfortable, can actually be a sign of we are taking that insecurity healthily. Kasi posible naman na meron tayo eh. Have you ever do that? Friends na mga nandito ngayon who are watching live, have you ever dealt with your insecurity that way? Nagawa mo na ba siyang harapin, titigan, at tingnan as if I am curious about this. Saan ka galing and what happens to me pag nag-a-attack tong insecurity to, pag tinotopak ako, what happens to me? Paano niya ako naapektuhan? So it's a good way to assess ourselves. Another, that insecurity, ano meron tayo? One, we are aware of it. Second, we are open about it. And third, we use it as a springboard for growth. We use it as a springboard for our relationship. Pwede natin sabihin, alam mo, pag ganito yung nangyayari sa atin, naaapektuhan ako. Kasi issue ko to eh. If we can do that, baka pwedeng next time when we can avoid this incident by doing something. So pwede siyang pag-usapan. Actually, it's just ang tendency kasi natin, tinatago natin yung insecurity. Hindi mo naman dapat na i-flaunt sa social media insecurity mo. Pero what is good to have? What good that can happen out of this is that that insecurity can be our springboard for growth. Na yung relasyon natin, hindi natin gagawing way to control the other person, yung insecure. We don't control another person because of our insecurity. That happens to so much people. You know, people can be controlling because they would like to be in control. But we work on the insecurity. We work on ourselves by, let me just say it, we work on the insecurity by making that insecurity as a springboard to grow. Alam kong hindi ko to gusto, alam kong issue ko to, then let's do this together. Tulungan mo ako, wag mo nang babanggitin yung word na yan, or wag mo na lang din ako ipuput down when that happens. 'Di ba? It's possible. It's possible that so instead of it affecting us and our relationship, we can harness the potential. That can be a win-win situation when that happens. So okay, so let me just walk with you. So, how do you deal with an insecure person? Kung ang isang tao ay insecure, how do you deal with that person? Do you have any idea how? Kasi minsan, if the person is insecure, they are actually the more difficult people to deal with. Sila yung, ang hirap pakisamahan, sila yung, ah, para tayong walking on eggshells. Sa Tagalog, nanununtungan hindi sa itlog, sa numero. But I would like you to see that dealing with an insecure person needs us to be self-aware and mindful. Kasi kung pareho tayong insecure at pareho nating dinidil with yung isa't isa, nagkakainan tayo niyan. Ang nangyayari is that our insecurity is actually piecing the other person. And we are just leaking, kumbaga sa leaks, emotional leak. Ibig sabihin, in courage inside us, we're just dumping on that person. So am I still here, friends? Am I still connected? I think I had some internet connection issue, but I hope I'm back. Can you press heart if you can hear me or see me? Ayan. Am I still talking to you guys? Sorry. So now, I would like you to inspect what's happening sa isang taong insecure. Sa isang taong hindi kayo nagsasalita. I hope that you're still there. Ayan, you're still here. Thank you. I would like you to, if you're dealing with an insecure person, I would like you to be open and see the situation from the person's point of view. Ang hirap naman. Sometimes it's really hard. It's a very, very tough call, but sometimes we just need to understand the person's through his or her point of view. Kasi, di ba, most of them are in the victim mentality. Most of them are so in denial. So, minsan, the invitation is tingnan natin yung sitwasyon from their point of view. Baka naman talagang feeling nila dehado sila sa nangyayari. So, that can be very helpful. So, you have to listen to them and let them express. Isn't it that when you start having a discussion with an insecure person, nakakaubos. So I would really say we don't argue with a person who's insecure kasi alam natin kakainin lang tayo ng buhay or magkakaroon lang ng emotional blackmailing or will just be heightened and all. So yes, some can be timid, some can be very victim mentality, and some don't want to deal with the situation. But just in case that there is a conversation, there is a discussion, you have to let them express. Wag na natin salagin, 'di ba? Kasi mahihirapan lang eh. Parang tama ka, Kathy. Nakakaubos, 'di ba, friend? Nakakaubos. So alam mo nang nakakaubos. Alam mo na it's difficult. Wag mo nang sabayan because sometimes the invitation is for us to look into the situation from the person's point of view. Tingnan mo, baka may sugat siya. May sugat siya, kaya kailangan natin intindihin kung saan galing at kailangan natin intindihin para we will not fall into that emotional trap. Kasi ganito yan eh, wag mong sabayan yung agos. Intindihin mo yung flow niya. You know what I mean? You see what I mean? Because our tendency is that when we're dealing with a difficult person, where we're dealing with the insecure person, we clash head to head. But actually, that's not how we can move on. It's not going to be helpful. What will be more helpful is if we take note of it, we try to understand, we try to listen without judgment, and then let them express. Sige lang pabayaan, have the floor. Have the floor because walang nangyayaring magandang outcome kung ang dalawang tao ay parehong puro emosyon. So tayo, kung maiintindihan natin sila, Eileen, you said parang in limbo walang progress ang usapan. Yes, kasi sinabayan mo. So pag mababa yung emosyon niya, intindihin mo because you allow them to express and then you tell them narinig kita. Naintindihan ko kung ano yung, is this what you mean? Kung hindi niyo talaga naintindihan, you try to clarify. Naintindihan kita, iniintindi ko yung stance mo, ito ba yung ibig mo sabihin? So it's nice to reflect what they said. If you gather na nasasaktan ako na lang naman yung nakita, or issue ko na naman to, hirap na ako, hindi ko na alam ang gagawin, maybe it's time to reflect to the other person just to listen. I know that this is really a tough call for maturity. You think sinasabing being the other bigger person. That's true. So here, you have to listen and let them express. Match their affective state. Kung sila'y galit, hindi sinabing magalit ka rin. But what it means is that if they are in that pity party, I'm not saying na you pity them too. But what I can invite you to do is actually be able to say, alam kong ito yung nararamdaman mo eh. Nahihirapan ka. Right? Nahihirapan ka. Alam kong nakakaipit yung sitwasyon sa'yo. So that is, yung sabi ko kanina, hindi natin sinasalag, but we're going with the flow. You match their affective state. Kung nalulungkot sila, um, you go down to their emotion. You try to feel what they're feeling para makita mo na where they're coming from. It's like entering their world. And from there, you'll learn to acknowledge how they feel. Because sometimes insecure people actually needs the attention, actually needs the affirmation. Kulang maybe sila sa hug, kulang sila sa mga taong sumusuporta at umiintindi. Kaya growing up, they feel very insecure because they lack that. So some of them would just need a person who understands, a person who affirms, and a person who's telling them that naiintindihan kita, nararamdaman kita. So acknowledge how they feel. If you sense that parang galit ka, huwag niyo sabihin, galit ka ba? No, it will be very imposing. So how you can pick your language is that um, acknowledge how they feel. Alam kong nahihirapan ka, and I sense from what you're saying that you are upset already and you're frustrated. Good question. Paano kung drain ka na to give them the understanding, and then maybe it's time for you to step back and tell them, I am trying to understand you, but I'm also not in the position right now to maybe empathize. Kasi you have to recognize also your emotion. Kasi it can be really a battle of the brains actually, battle of emotions lang, but nothing good comes out of it. So here, if you're already trained, you know when to step back, you know when to put the right boundaries, and you know when to press the pause button. Sana pause muna, walang kahinatnan to. I would just park this first, and then pag maayos na tayong dalawa, balikan natin. Pag-usapan natin objectively. If you acknowledge how they feel during a conversation, hindi naman sinasabi na kailangan may solusyon. Actually, yun yung I think in dealing with an insecure person, we don't really need to put solutions because sometimes it's just that we are connecting emotionally. Is connecting with the person emotionally, it's more critical, so that we can make them feel that you are still supported kahit na naapektuhan mo ko, kahit na nag-aaway tayo. I would like to be very objective. Nakikita kong nahihirapan ka, ako rin may nararamdaman. So I know that this is hard, but friends, when we're in the middle of a discourse, that's the invitation. Be open and see the situation from the other person's point of view, match their affective state, and then the other one, acknowledge how they feel. So what if it's dealing with their own insecurities? Ayan. Minsan, sa isang relasyon, ang nangyayari, we are dealing with our own insecurities. We are dealing with the other person's insecurity only to find out that it's mirroring, and we're being confronted with our own insecurities. Can you relate with this? Can you see what I'm saying here? Can you still hear me, friends? Am I coming clear? I think I'm having a hard time with my connection. Can you hear me? So there. Can you press hard if you're still here, or you just put there in the comment para mas kita natin at mag-run ang aking news feed. So how do you deal if you're the one who have insecurity? As I said earlier, we're being mirrored. The mirroring happens. Mirror natin. Minsan kaya lumalabas yung insecurity ng isang tao kasi sa atin mismo, even in close relationship, na mirror yung issue. Mas nakikita na i-insecure maybe with our status, with our work, with how we do things, na hindi nila ma-express. Remember, some people, they hide their insecurities and they don't want to deal with it. But if come here a mature, a confident person na parang walang insecurity or knows how to handle their insecurity, it can actually be very confronting. So sometimes we mirror the insecurities of others. And what will we do if the insecurity is our own? The first thing, friends, are you still here? I know you're here. Stop comparing yourself. I like saying that. We're supposed to stop comparing the timeline of other people to our timeline. Bakit siya meron? Ba't ako wala? Ba't nangyari sa kanya to, sa akin hindi? So stop comparing yourself to other people. When you stop comparing, your benchmark of success is actually your own. You don't dwell anymore on what we lack, but we look and try to focus on what we can do. So stop comparing. That's the basic. For me, that's the basic. Kaya mas marami tayong insecurity now in the social media age kasi nakikita natin, why everybody's showing off. Before, there's not like that. I think when I was in high school, makikita mo lang kung ano yung meron sa school. Pero sa personal nilang buhay, wala na tayong pakialamanan. Hindi na natin nakikita kung ano yung nangyayari sa iba. But now in social media, we tend to see also what's happening in the personal life of the other person because there's the social media feeds. So now, stop comparing yourself. The second one is that enhance your self-compassion. Alam nyo, I think I have another coffee break episode talking about self-compassion. Maybe it's not being victim. It's not a victim mentality. But enhancing your self-compassion just means that you are less critical about yourself. You don't become your inner critic. You become your inner critic if it's going to push you to become the best person, to become the best version of you. But you don't put down yourself. You are your own best friend. You encourage yourself because you are your own cheerleader. We are our own ambassadors, di ba? Kakita natin yan, social media are brand ambassadors, but we are our own ambassadors. So you have to check if you are becoming kind. Sabi nga, what is self-compassion? We treat ourselves the way we would a best friend. And you treat them with love and kindness. So are you kind to yourself? Are you self-compassionate, friends? Can you say that or can you put that in the comment? I will be kinder to myself. Can you put that? So if you have insecurities and you're the one who's putting yourself down, calling yourself names, telling yourself that you are less good because of so and so, you have to start rewriting how you look at things and start telling yourself that you need to be kinder to yourself. Can you put that in the comment? I need to be kinder to myself. Okay, so where are we now? So next. So next is that. Oh, I said that already. Yeah, be kinder to yourself. Next is you would check when you start thinking that you're kinder to yourself. You would check also your what we can call inner scripts. Inner panloob na mga script writing, script writer. Meron tayo lahat inner script. Meron lahat tayong pattern. Sadly, some are not healthy. Ito yung mga kinalakihan at ito na yung resulta ng programming natin. So some call it scripts, some call it inner tapes, and maybe we call it psychological programming. So what we need to do is that we need to reframe the inner script. So kung ang script mo lagi, if you fail at something and you keep telling yourself, wala kang kwenta, you're no good, you're stupid, or the things that people call you when you were younger, and then it's high time for you to be kinder and then to reframe it. Maybe reframe your inner script. Baka sabihin nyo na pag nagsimula na kayong maging self-critical at iniisip na, ayan na naman, wala ka nang na-achieve. Yung parang meron kang alter ego that telling all this about yourself, you have to start telling yourself now, hey, you are important, you are loved, you are wonderful, you are special. You know, in my community, the feast, Brother Bo Sanchez have this prayer, and the opening line of the prayer is that, the declaration of the prayer is that I am God's beloved, I'm God's servant, I'm God's wonderful champion. Diba? And because I am blessing the world. That's actually reframing the inner script. Instead of putting ourselves down, we are trying to condition ourselves that I am capable. I am going beyond my insecurities. I am much better than I was last year. I can check. I am progressing. I may not be perfect, but I am progressing. So those are the ways that we can refrain and improve our inner scripts. And then last, build your inner security. Sis, ano yan? Doc Itchel, ano yan? We need to build our self-security. But the thing is, friends, what I realize is that these are just personal insights already. Our tendency is to build, to supply our lack, our insecurity with material things. Hindi ba? Yung mga bagay, brands, gamit, kotse, property, alahas, at kung ano-anong bagay, we would like to feed our insecurity. We would like to make a statement. Ay nako, pag ako nakita nila, dapat achieve na ako para they know na I am somebody already. The thing is, um, we need to recognize that building our inner security is not about padding ourselves with material things. I would like to put this forward that building our inner security is having that self worth connected with our relationship with our God. No matter what religion we have, our spirituality is very much connected to who we are as individuals. So if you have other religions, being connected to our God, to our Lord, to the Almighty, to Allah, having that sense of security that we are created because we have a special mission. We are created because we are perfectly imperfect. We are created in God's image and likeness. We are created na we are built up of our own strengths and our own weaknesses. If we see ourselves that we are God's beloved, we are worthy, we are our worth is not on things of this world. Our worth is through our talents, through our abilities, through who we are, as is what it is. And then it's actually building our inner strength that we are capable. So, friends, if you think that alam niyo yon, minsan we go into this pity party, lalo na this pandemic that so many things happen to us. Maybe we're in the middle of a marital crisis, or our siblings and your siblings and you are competing and not in good terms. Your parents may not be thinking well of you. You just have to remember that go back to who you are. Go back to who you are. And if you're feeling insecure already, I just would like it to be very objective on how you look at your own weakness and how you look at your own strength, because you maybe you've heard this before, but in all honesty, self security or our inner security can only be attained by self compassion and our connection to our spirituality. Yun pa rin talaga. There's no other way through it. There's no other way. Kaya when we say that we want something to complete us, no, things will never complete us. Achievements can never complete us. Even relationships. Kahit na sabihin mo na it's a marriage, we can be broken and still be married. But a marriage for me will never be able to complete us. A child can never complete us. No. But if we have that inner security and a relationship with the Lord, that can be our our source of infilling of inner security. Kasi constant siya eh. The rest of the things, even people, especially things, hindi yan constant, mawawala yan. Pero yung relasyon natin kay Lord at relasyon natin sa sarili natin, that is something that can build our inner security. That for me, that is for me. I don't know what is it for you. But if you feel that you need to build your inner security, be kind to yourself, and develop a deeper relationship with your God, whatever religion you have. You need to have that personal relationship with God and personal relationship with yourself, kasi wala namang ibang makakapuno ng ating mga insecurity. Walang bagay, no things can complete us. No person can fill us. Kaya tayo, our tendency is that we go through a lot of issues. Kaya tayo parang we scramble, we get depressed, we get like, it's like the end of the world, the end of things. I'm not saying that um, na masama yun, but our tendency is that if we put our worth in something like a relationship, with our work, with our kids, if we put our security there, then what if these aspects, external and physical aspects of our lives fail? We fail also. Doon natin nilagay yung security natin eh. Kumbaga sa bangko, saan bangko mo diniposit yung pera mo? Yung retirement plan mo, stable ba yan? Kasi baka kung hindi, babaksak ka. Pag bumaksak, yun. Kasi you put all your eggs there, di ba? Kaya nga then, we don't put ourselves all in one basket. We are defined by so many aspects of our lives. So, the invitation here, insecurity is actually a time to introspect. Ang lalim, Doc Excel. Insecurity can be an invitation to introspect. Introspect about ourselves, our self-worth. So go back to our topics on self-worth. It's, I think, last week or last week. And another is that insecurities are a means for us to grow in our inner security. And our inner security can only be found in our relationship with our God, whoever God we have. And of course, me, I'm Catholic, so I try to put, even though it's hard, my security with my relationship with the Lord. So here, sis, Dr. Chell, you might be very spiritual and very religious. Hindi kasi natin maalis yun sa buhay natin to be spiritual kasi kaya tayo minsan feeling natin nawalan or walang natira sa atin kasi hinanap natin sa mga material na bagay. Hindi ba? So friends, I would like to reiterate, nor insecurities can be very normal. But if we are aware of it and we know how to harness it for us to grow, and then we can move out of it. And the challenge is that do not let your relationships be affected by your insecurity. Make it as a tool for you to grow together in the relationship. And lastly, do not put your security in the things of this world because we can only find our security with our relationship with God. I hope, friends, that this short but sweet message here at Coffee Break has helped you deal with your own inner battles, deal with your own insecurities because we all have that. We all have that. But it's not just making us stuck, but it's making us move forward and be better persons if we know how to deal with our insecurities. So that's about coffee break for today. I hope this has helped you. If there's one word or one phrase, one big message that you get from this live stream, can you put that in the comment? What's your big takeaway for today? And I would like to read that. And I would like to thank the people who have signed up for my Martha's Post program happening this Saturday. Thank you, friends. I'm so excited to see you. Please check your emails for those who signed up and those who are coming this Saturday. It's my private and exclusive workshop. And of course, if you feel that this coffee break has blessed you, please be generous also by sharing your digital gifts through the stars here at Facebook. Magandang araw, friends. This is Dr. Michelle Alignay. Share this, share love through stars, and I hope to see you again next week for another episode, another week of fruitful, real life conversations here at Coffee Break.